Dating a friend's ex. Well, look, I've done it. Men particularly love the chase. Got to probably get a little bit better at the game. I say yes to office romances. Hi, I'm Lucinda Light, and this is a dating vibe check with Cosmo UK. Look, honesty is always the best policy, but the stats are out. Most people do white lie a bit in relationships. So, yeah, I think the most important thing is intention and good intention, that we're doing no harm. And sometimes, the truth can be curbed a little bit to do no harm. I think white lies can come into safe feelings. I think they can maybe be a little bit self-preserving. There's a lot of nuance in them, I think, with a white lie. A little bit of save self and a little bit of save other. Look, dating green flags are a bit different for everybody, but, right up there, trust, honesty. For myself, I quite like consistency, pragmatism. I quite like humour. I think a sense of humour is a huge green flag. Somebody that loves their mama, has good family values and a good strong sense of self. And somebody with a growth mindset, for me, is a huge green flag. Red flags, again, I think it's a bit values-led, all of this, but certainly for me personally, a red flag would be arrogance. I think confidence is one thing, but when there's sort of arrogance and maybe an overinflated sense of self, that's a huge red flag. Maybe somebody that's just sort of floundering in life and doesn't really have a strong sense of purpose. Somebody that's really dishonest, somebody that doesn't make you feel kind of confident and calm and steady in your own self, where you're questioning yourself. And somebody that's just maybe a bit neither here nor there, like they maybe make a date, cancel the date, or, inconsistent. And there are many others, of course. I can come back from a red flag myself. I think everybody deserves a second, third chance. I think, everything's a negotiation. There's always compromise. We've got to understand that everybody's coming from a different place, different background, different values, ways that they've been encoded, indoctrinated, schooled, parented, So, I heard something recently like, give a new date, like even if there's something maybe there, give it more chances than you think you should. Like stay with it, exploring from different facets, which was a great opportunity for me when I did Married at First Sight. You're in this experiment, and when you think, oh gosh, I think I'm done, it's like, no, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to explore from every angle, and I think there's merit in that. Somebody getting over the ick. Look, I think radical acceptance is where it is at. So, really accepting that we've all got icks inside ourselves. Not all of us are going to tick every ick list, good, bad, ugly. I'm a huge believer in radical acceptance and as much as we can, offering non-judgment. But I think when it comes to attraction, it is a feeling inside. You kind of do know. So, you just kind of got to follow your gut, really. Less about icks and more just what that person makes you feel. And if it's something you want to pursue from that place of feeling as opposed to, their nose or, their shoe size. Radical acceptance is just going, your consciousness or, you are where you're at right now. Like, this is your blueprint. And I accept that. Like, let's actually lean in with a gentle curiosity and kindness and sort of explore all the facets of you where you're at, as opposed to sort of placing and projecting judgment and trying to find all nitpick the things that are wrong, but rather come in with an open mind and an open heart. And, I think that space of curiosity and gentleness is a lovelier place to come when dating. Oh, look, it's such an augmented reality when you go on a reality television show. But I think, that piece around being paired with somebody that maybe you wouldn't necessarily pair yourself with in the real world. And again, just that exploration of all those parts of them, being in an experiment that sort of challenges and tries to get you to show up in ways that you may have sort of walked out the door. The person that I am today is a succession of all the experiences that I've had, from that reality television show, from the myriad of beautiful relationships that I've been in. Not just intimate, but friendships and family relationships, and all of those aspects and experiences and travel and living my life have culminated and brought that experience forth to be the sincerity coach, and I just loved the role. It was just beautiful. I did, and actually many of the participants and the way they showed up really educated me. Some played hard to get really well, or held back, or just went, no, that's my non-negotiable, I'm not putting up with that. So I was learning all the time, and there's a lot of the younger generation that really are a bit no nonsense, and I really respect that in them. Actually, I'm personally not a massive game player, but I do understand that men particularly love the chase. They actually want to chase you a bit, and it's just sort of part of the makeup and part of the nature of the masculine essence. So I think for me personally, I've got to probably get a little bit better at the game. Look, I've got a lot to learn. I'm still a giant work in progress myself. Dating a friend's ex. Well, look, I've done it. I've also had my ex date a friend, very recently after we broke up, at that time. That was a bit hurtful, and I'm sure there was a little piece of my friend that I hurt in that. So look, I've tried it, I've experienced it. I think every person has just got to do what's right, right for them. You kind of can't ignore, strong, like feelings and attraction, but I think it's so important just to be really respectful of your friend as you do it, and timing's everything, and attuning there, and just trying to be delicate. It's a delicate dance, that one, for sure. I just think to keep it real, like be authentically you, absolutely demand the same of them. It's it's all frequency, right? Like, I think if you're an authentic person, you're probably going to be with a really authentic person. Everybody else is taken, so just be yourself, be true, and have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Be lighthearted. Try not to sort of be focusing on the shadows and the what's wrong, and transfiguring. Like, try to sort of stay elevated and hold them to their highest, and just enjoy them for who they are. Again, I'm not into ghosting. I just think kind, clear communication's always the way, and certainly for me in the last year, I've had lots of experience of people just, rolling into my DMs and asking me out, and it's just a matter of, politely declining, but really acknowledging and thanking them for putting in the effort. Like, I think anybody that is asking you out deserves to be rewarded and said thank you, and like, good on you for for asking me out. I'm touched. Like, that's so lovely. Look, I just think cheating, I'm not, I just don't like adultery, full stop. And I just don't think it's very nice on either end. I haven't cheated. I have been cheated on. I have witnessed it around me. And I think it's as painful for the cheater and the cheated, whether it's guilt or shame or betrayal. Like, it's all as bad as each other, actually. Wow. I think at this stage, self-romancing's where it's at, enjoying the surrounds and maybe having a conversation, getting the next table involved, or, checking out the waiter. Really getting into the moment with your dessert. If it's awfully boring, the date, it's, just enjoy yourself and the moment and what's around. Oh, look, I think nothing's off the cards if there's actually genuine and authentic connection. I think being an office flirt just for the sake of it and the naughtiness, that's probably not my thing. But, if there's a genuine connection that wants to be pursued, so what if you work together? I think a lot of romances can spring from a place where you are at regularly. So I say yes. to office romances, wherever you can get it, really, as long as it's, you know, genuine and true, for sure. A healthy relationship, obviously, you know, it's honest, it's true, it's genuine, there is a spark, there's common goals, you know, you're sort of heading into a future together that you're both really excited about. I think common values are really important. You know, for me, I'm a nature girl. You know, I love to have fun. Fun's a really high value. So I want somebody that loves the nature, loves fun, loves family, loves, you know, that is passionate about work. So yeah, values I think's, you know, really, really key. I don't think first impressions are everything. No, I mean, they definitely count. And, you know, there's so much to be said for the slow unraveling and emerging and getting to know somebody, and even starting with the basis of friendship. You know, so many beautiful relationships happen there. You know, hit up the dance floor. How do they move? Like, actually find out different aspects of it. I've had one experience in my life where I fell in love on the spot, and it was reciprocal. And, you know, that was a lovely long relationship that I had, but never before. All the other people that I, you know, have been in a long relationship with, it's taken time, you know, to sort of reveal each other. And yeah, so first impressions, I think it's overrated. I believe I've had an experience of love at first sight, but I've also had the slow falling in love as well. Wow, what a riddle. I'm not really a cat person. I'm probably more of a dog person. But yeah, I mean, we've all got to look out for our addictions, our obsessions, our hoarding, whether it be clothes or cats or, you know, whatever it is. So yeah, I think it's something that needs, you know, deep awareness needs to come in with that one. It's something to keep in check. Yes. Wow. I think the more that I understand the male race, I think column B is probably a better choice. Actually, to let it breathe, let them come, you know, give it space, give it time, you know, really hold yourself back, hold you in faith, and yeah, let them come. But there is something, you know, traditionally, well, once upon a time, a long time ago, and Matthew Hussey talks about this, is actually the women dropping their handkerchief or, you know, showing some eye, like making it known somehow that you're interested. But then after that, allow some space for the chase. What I can tell you about the Honesty Box is that this is a revolutionary new dating show, never to be seen before, using AI technology that actually is used on borders. It's a lie detector technology. It's got 88% accuracy. I am the Barefoot Sincerity Coach. Vicky Patterson is the host. And we're getting singles together really to road test, well, does honesty really matter at the beginning of relationships? We're catching them out on their lies. We're holding them to their highest. And it is fabulous, this dating show. It's something else. My role as the sincerity coach really is to facilitate activities to bring out the contributors' authenticity, their honesty, to hold them in a really non-judgmental way, to be a bit of a soul mama, a bit of an earth mama, and just love them where they're at, really. It's marvellous. It's a beautiful role. I really enjoy it. I think the Honesty Box is going to be a bit of an education, just at how fantastic it is, and the merit of being transparent, of being authentic, of being honest, and how that can really glue and shape and solidify a relationship and grow it. I think it's going to be quite magical for people, transformative. So I've got a huge passion for journaling. I believe that words are spells, and whenever I write something down, so it is. Whenever I write something down to let go, and so it is. And so, yeah, passionate journaler. So I've written a book with HarperCollins, and it's called Shine Your Light, and it's a guided journal to deepen your emotional intelligence. It's part it's certainly not coming from a guru Lulu place. It's very much like, oh God, look what I did. Like, try this, and here's a series of prompts, questions. I've got amazing playlists that go with. I've illustrated it. There's a whole chapter and loads of entries on relationships specifically. Being single, separate, conscious separating, intimate relationships, family relationships, all the ways that we relate, being such social creatures. And I think it is going to be a fantastic tool for people, not only to build the relationship, the most important one with themselves, but everyone around them, and knowing themselves and moving on in life to just shine brightly. And it's going to be quite medicinal. I'm very excited about it. So that's out on the 2nd of April. Thanks for watching. You can catch the Honesty Box on E4.